At the Clarendon Academy, Wiltshire, we've been undertaking work towards our Mark, Plan, Teach model of classroom practice. In this video, we'll be looking at teaching strategies to aid the progress of all learners, with a particular focus on the 10 Silver Arrows work completed by head teacher and educational blogger, Head Guru Teacher. As Phil Beadle states in his seminal book, How to Teach, teaching is one of the most cognitively engaging, emotionally draining and physically demanding occupations there is. Your days can sometimes be confusing, depressing, frightening even, but you will also have moments of profound joy in which you see why some regard it as being the best job in the world, moments where you feel part of the solution. We have examined methods for utilising the purple pen strategy in our Mark video and ways in which to differentiate for all learners in our Plan video. Our Teach video will largely focus on 10 ideas shared by head teacher and educational blogger Tom Sherrington, otherwise known as Head Teacher Guru. In his article titled 10 Silver Arrows, Ideas to Penetrate the Armour of Ingrained Practice, he establishes 10 useful ideas for experienced and new staff alike, which we will explore in this video and training session.
Firstly, Sherrington identifies the straight teaching model as a key strategy to enhance engagement and progress. The notion of setting objectives, or the key question as set out in the Clarendon Principles of Teaching, followed by clear explanations using models and examples, modelling of strategies to apply the learning, followed up by practice and checking through feedback, will underpin high-quality teaching and learning. This is supported by Rosenshine's model of best teaching practice, which is outlined in a succinct manner through the objectives, explain, model, practice, check method, and Allison and Tharby's 6 principles for expert teaching. Whilst we do not insist on or recommend one style of teaching, this teaching model can underpin all that we do in the classroom.
Secondly, closing the gap. One of our key principles with marking and feedback at the Clarendon Academy, reinforced by Sherrington, is that we only give feedback at the level and frequency that is practical to be acted upon. The purple pen strategy for giving and responding to feedback is at the heart of our Mark strategy and one of the key 9 differentiation strategies in our Plan video for closing the gap. It is important that time is set aside in lessons to act upon verbal and written feedback so that pupils can close their gap with their learning.
Thirdly, Sherrington identifies the idea of ensuring all students are listening and paying attention when addressing the class and outlining tasks, with his rule of signal, pause, insist. The work we have undertaken at the Academy using Bill Rogers' approach to behaviour management supports this method, the use of positive, assertive classroom management. Michael, I need you to look this way and listen. Thank you.
Fourth, Sherrington affirms the importance of using correct terminology and language in all responses, both written and verbal. Here at the Clarendon Academy, we've adopted our language for learning strategy. There's a termly writing and speaking skills focus which staff must collectively focus on. These vary in their focus, with previous work completed on tackling sentence length and the correct use of capital letters. It is also important that we, as teachers, relentlessly model these skills in our teaching and give clear language for learning feedback to pupils in identified assessments.
Fifth, the use of effective questioning, problem solving and discussion is a critical tool for high quality teaching and learning. Sherrington identifies the in your pairs, discuss strategy as a clear way to engage all learners as opposed to a purely hands-up approach which can sometimes switch learners off. There is clear evidence that focused discussion aids students' comprehension, skills and confidence. The opportunity to probe more deeply with respondents through questioning is a critical differentiation strategy identified in the Plan video and is a key tool in the Clarendon Principles of Teaching. Furthermore, this skill will help pupils develop their problem-solving skills, a requirement across many GCSE subjects.
Sixth, as the Educational Endowment Foundation recently identified, short, sharp, knowledge-based tests are identified as a key strategy to aid all learners. Microtests, self-assessed tests, multiple choice tests and single question long answer tests all help to flush out misconceptions, areas of weak understanding and develop memory. The use of self and peer assessment can help ensure that marking workloads are manageable. The use of the purple pen strategy is critical in students responding to their mistakes and misconceptions with time given in class for corrections to take place.
Sherrington highlights the need to target more able learners through teaching to the top. Particularly when teaching in mixed ability groups or sets, it is vital that the most able are stretched. Many relevant differentiation strategies are shown in our plan video. For example, using the most able to take the lead in lessons or preparing tasks, or even creating the starter activity for the next lesson. The setting of challenging, problem-solving homework will also allow the most able to deepen their learning. Furthermore, allowing the most able to jump quickly to more challenging work, rather than repeating exercises which they can do with ease, will engage them and harness their thirst for learning.
The importance of using homework as a guided study is identified as a strategy for equipping learners with knowledge and skills. This can often be completed prior to work studied in the class in tandem with the teacher. In the Clarendon Principles of Teaching, it explains the use of the flipped classroom as an effective way to use homework to allow students to learn first before you teach second. Through this, you are giving the students the tools to learn to study independently.
Ninth, the creation of regular silent working time is outlined as a method of improving focus and work output. Rather than using silence as a threat to classes to make them work, it is far better to create a climate where students want to work in silence for periods of time. It allows them the opportunity to put on paper the planning and discussions that have taken place. It allows you, as the teacher, to model live answers as they write, to show them where marks can be gained and how to meet assessment criteria.
And finally, borrowing ideas of synthesis from Bloom's taxonomy, the 10th silver arrow outlines the idea of students creating their own response to a task in any format. This was one of our 9 differentiation strategies in the plan video and clearly shows the cycle of mark, plan, teach in action. If you have done some research, explored some ideas or finished a topic, it can generate fantastic responses if you ask students to capture their learning in any format they like. An essay, a PowerPoint presentation, a website, a video, a booklet, a 3D artifact, whatever they like. Give them permission to do whatever they like, but ask them to dazzle you.
Many of these examples can be used across a multitude of subjects to aid the teaching practices of all staff, from ideas to improving questioning to possible behaviour management strategies. I hope you found these ideas useful for developing key teaching ideas to aid the progress of all learners in your classroom. For further ideas covering the Mark Plan Teach model, please visit the Mark Plan Teach folder on your desktop and see the Mark Plan Teach display board in the staff room. Articles linked to and inspired by the 10 silver arrows are also available to read and download on this website for further use in faculty CPD sessions. Please also revisit the Clarendon Principles of Teaching within your faculties. Thank you for watching.